Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a reading for Aquarius for the month of September 2021. I've cleansed the cards and your space. This will be the main deck and this will be the clarifiers that we'll be using today. About my readings, I've already pre-shuffled the cards, but I'll do a bit more shuffling here. I do start out all decks in the upright, so if a card does come out in the reverse, I do take it as such. I also leave in the shuffling and throwing of the cards, so if you're not into that, please feel free to skip ahead. I will do a 9-card spread. 3 cards representing the recent past, 3 cards representing the current energy, and 3 cards representing the near future. I also do talk to my cards and my guides, so I apologize in advance. All right, let's get into it. For Aquarius, 3 cards. Oh, wait. Sorry, give me a minute. Okay. 3 cards for the recent past for Aquarius, please. Bruh. Intentional, please. 3 cards. Could have 3 for the current energies. Oh, I forgot to say, I only take cards that are face up. That's also, yeah. Sorry. 3 for the current energy, please. Thank you. Two more. For Aquarius current energy, please. And 3 for the near future. One more. No face, no case. Okay, I'll take them. Okay, so in your recent past, you have the 10 of Swords or the Ruin card. You have the 8 of Wands or the Swiftness card. And you have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Interesting. So the Ten of Swords, to me, always reads like you've come to the end of the road in a situation, and read situation however you want to read it. But the swords are definitely about your mental energy, and it kind of is like you've reached the end of the road. You can't think about this anymore, and that's sort of the ruin. These swords are arranged in the tree of life here, and the heart chakra, the heart is in the middle, sort of getting shattered. And so maybe you had a new idea, or you wanted something new and it didn't materialize, or it didn't happen the way that you wanted, and that caused sort of this heartbreak here. Something that happened fast. The Swiftness card feels unexpected to me. Maybe it had to do with unexpected communication, or things happening quicker than anticipated. But again, with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, that indicates not a bad idea, but like a sense of an idea that didn't get off the ground, a thought that didn't materialize. Again, the Ten of Swords with the Ace of Swords in the reverse is obviously giving me Nine of Swords energy, which is about tortured thoughts, can be stress, the psychosomatic symptoms of stress. So your migraines, your headaches, your they want me to say flighty energy or shifty energy at work. Maybe you can't think straight, that kind of thing, where your job performance even goes down. I don't know. But whatever that is, that was in the recent past, okay? And let's clarify that. What of the Ten of Swords, please? Okay, one more. Okay. This one more. Okay. And the Ace of Swords in the reverse, please. Ace of Swords in the reverse. One more, please. Okay, so for some reason, threes are important. I got one card and asked for one more, and always ended up with two more. Okay. The reason why I kind of want to keep this world egg in the parallel or sometimes challenge position is clearly because, like I said, there seems to be an idea or something that didn't get off the ground or didn't materialize in the past. And so maybe the challenge here for some of you is changing your mind, is having a shift in perspective. You have Thibon and the Death card, two major arcana energies. Thibon it represents the Temperance card, and you can see there's an angel flowing into her head. And this card always means to me a comfortability with self that allows moderation, right? Because Temperance is all about moderation. And maybe that's something that you had to learn. That's the shift that needed to happen. You are going to be in a place of suspension, you are going through a sense of transformation. This is the Death card, about death and rebirth. This up here are the hands of the living, And this is sort of the knowledge or the wisdom intercession from death. And so by going through either a spiritual death, a mental death, we gain this knowledge. We move to a new level of understanding, and a new level of understanding for yourself too, as we see here. But you might be at a place where mentally that's tough for you, or you're going through that ending here, and you're almost there to that new cycle. It feels like you could be almost there, something like that. You also have, over the Swiftness card, you have the Ogun Ferel, or the Five of Swords. You have Deluge, or the Tower card. And you have the King of Swords, or Hungan Rada. Another sense with the Tower card here, that this change, this shift was unexpected. And maybe it was because somebody failed. This is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy with this King of Swords. So maybe this is you, the shift that happened. You experienced some sort of failure. And failure, what I mean by that, to an aspect of this king, you see that he's sort of blowing smoke. This person has very good ideas. This person has awesome ideas, but can't get them off the ground a lot of the time. Or doesn't have that, it's airy. Air is here today, gone tomorrow. It shifts quickly. And whereas Pentacle energy, Earth energy, is slow moving but is more foundational, the King of Air, again, is more about the mental pursuits, has great ideas but has a hard time implementing them. And so that could have been the failure. You had a new idea that you couldn't get off the ground. I don't know why I want to say that again. But it feels related to moderation or lack thereof, perhaps. The Ace of Swords in the reverse was clarified by first by Laplace, or the Knight of Swords. Huntis Petro. And the Queen of Wands, Mambo Petro. Interesting. I feel like with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, the reason that this thing never materialized, or reason that, not that it went nowhere, but maybe that it went nowhere, was because, in a similar aspect, he is one, you see, energetically, coloristically, if that's a word, they are very much the same, and they suffer from the same pitfalls, that is, having a hard time actualizing. But more than that, Huntis Petro is about emotions. It's not a moody, I don't want to say moody, but it feels like your emotions are swinging like a pendulum, but to the extremes. Like if you're happy, you're extremely happy. If you're sad, you're extremely sad. And I think even feeling that for an Aquarius person is hard. Momo Petro is, she's about assertiveness. This is the Queen of Wands. She goes after what it is that she wants. There's an impetuous energy here, a swiftness also associated with this card. But similar to the air, just like air, fire is not as long lasting. Feels, again, the biggest sort of underscore I'm getting is a lack of follow through on your behalf or somebody else's. In the current energies, we have the Six of Cups, the Pleasure card. We have the 10 of Pentacles, or the Wealth card. And we have the 10 of Wands, or the Oppression card. Interesting. So the Pleasure card, the 6 of Cups, as you can see, 6 lotus are pouring into the 6 cups. It's about, basically emotional pleasure. I can't really say anything other than that. But the pleasure also comes from a place of, you'll often see in traditional decks, there's like a puppy love, 2 kids, and the boy is offering a cup of flowers to the girl. And the vibe I always got with that card was like, the happiness comes from the unjaded nature of kids, right? Like they're doing everything for the first time, and it's fun, and there's an openness and an innocence, an openness and an innocence. And so you could be experiencing things through the eyes of a child, or with that same childlike wonder that you had been before, that kind of vibe. Especially next to the 10 of Pentacles card, that's the Wealth. Again, the pentacles here are arranged on the tree of life with various esoteric symbols on here. And this is about something being manifest in the present. Maybe it's related to your health, home, career, but it feels good. It feels good. So you could be enjoying that. Then you have the Oppression card, the 10 of Wands. Right next to the Wealth, also 2 10s. This can be the pressure of success. You could be feeling trapped by the pressure of success. This card also reads to me as an over-application of force. So maybe for some of you on this pendulum, where once you were like, oh, I have great ideas, but I can't really actualize it, you swing heavily back in the other direction, where you are trying to do all of the things. You are trying to apply pressure in a way that seems unhelpful right here, with the oppression coming out. This too is about responsibility. Like I said, taking responsibility or having more responsibility, which does come with more money. More money, more problems. Okay, let's clarify. What's the 6 of Cups, please? No face, no case. Can I have the 6 of Cups, please? Thank you. One more. Okay. And the 10 of Pentacles, please. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, please. One more. Okay. Can I have a 10? All right. So for the 6 of Cups, we got Agua la Flambeau, or the 4 of Wands. And we have Huntis Congo, Princess of Cups. Okay, so she is all about receptivity. The Huntis cards are generally represented as vessels. And so there's an emotional openness, there's a fluidity. It feels like your heart is more open. With the 4 of Wands, or Agua la Flambeau, this is the watery part of fire, so to speak. And you can see that steam is rising here as lava erupts from the ocean. And the aspect of this card in particular is trying to balance 2 elements trying to find, a balance on that scale. And I think the balance will be found or can be found in emotional receptivity, which is hard for air signs to do. Aquarius, you're much more cerebral. And so the challenge here, or where you could be finding pleasure here, is finding your balance on that spectrum of how intellectual versus emotional, maybe, or whatever other two sides of the pendulum you're swinging on and into it, however you feel about that. You could also very much, some of you could be in a puppy love situation, like somebody offers you a cup and you're like, tee. With the marriage card here, the Four of Wands, as well as the Princess of Cups. Yeah, somebody could be like, hey girl. And you could be feeling like, ha ha ha. Not girl, take, obviously, I'm sorry to genderize those, but you know what I mean. Okay. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles, was clarified by the Nine of Wands, Masala Flambeau. The Seven of Pentacles, Oshun. And the Magician card, or Dr. John. The Nine of Wands coming out again, which is about trying to find a balance, trying to find a dynamic balance, which I think we've said or has been reiterated a number of times with this Hunsis, as well as this message here. So that seems to be your current state, is like I said, trying to find a comfortable space on the spectrum. Dr. John is all about manifestation. I'm being told to tell you, or I'm being drawn to the fact that he's beating a drum here. We talked about in the past, in the recent past, you having great ideas, or someone having great ideas but not having follow through. In the same way that you can't beat a drum once and have music, you have to constantly and consistently apply spiritual energy or energy to a situation for success. And that might be what you're realizing now, or what you're trying to balance here. Seven of Pentacles, or Oshun, is all about your investments, emotional, financial, spiritual, and otherwise. They're now starting to pay off. Beyonce talks about Oshun a lot, and she is one of abundance, but she is not positive or negative. That is, if you have been investing in expending energy on negative pursuits or bad karma, or what have you, then that will come out in the wash as well with Oshun. But over the Wealth card, I think it's really all good. Like, you could be coming to the realization of like, okay, just like that moderation, it's not about swinging from one end of the other. It's about finding balance. Dr. John, for me right now, also too, is being highlighted as the divine masculine for me. I don't know why I felt the need to just say that, but take that as it is. If there could be a divine masculine, so like I want to say Aries person involved here, if it is a offer, a cup of love. The Oppression card was clarified by Elegua, or the Six of Pentacles, Grand Ebo, or the Two of Cups, and Simbi Delo, or the Eight of Cups. One thing I want to say first, or the first thing that popped into my head, is like, everything will be all right. For those of you who are worried, everything will be all right in a relationship or in some sort of reciprocal relationship. It feels like everything will be okay if you are able to communicate clearly. That is, what you are saying is what the person is understanding. Simbi Lulo can be about conflicts of miscommunication, where you say something and it seems small, but somebody takes it the wrong way and then shit gets blown out of proportion. Traditionally, the Eight of Cups is about emotional maturity. In this deck in particular, it's about a maturity of intellect, or using your intellect to overcome. Allegro is the aspect of everything will be all right, often in a similar with a child. Here, she's behind a door. A child, if you nurture them and take care of them, everything generally is all right. And similar, this is an indication that in this situation, care is needed, careful care is needed, but if given the correct care, you will be fine. It will be fine. Even coming out over that oppression card, I'm hearing not an over application of force, bringing in that moderation, taking care and saying what you need to say with clarity and compassion. Cups are too about compassion. That Grand Ibo is about harmony with others. Also a two, I feel like two cups being weighed on a scale is what the image I just got. Okay, and in the near future, you have the Emperor, the Aries card. Oh my gosh, I said that up here and I didn't even, I completely forgot this card down here. Okay, the Emperor. You have the Seven of Cups, or the Debauch card. And you have the Three of Cups, abundance, with the Prince of Cups. All right, let's get some clarity. Oh, well, first thoughts. Too much pleasure becomes, I hope you can see that. So you had pleasure here in, oops, sorry. You had pleasure here in the current energy, and then you have down here debauch with the Three of Cups, the abundance card. These together make a Ten of Cups to me, which is something I want to say, but I also want to say too much of something leads to debauchery, right? Where you're drinking too much, or like, oh, having a drink after work is cool, but if you're doing it too much, then you move into a place of debauchery. And I'm getting that pendulum swing back again, like you could be still at least moving forward, trying to find that balance here. The Emperor card, Aries energy, all about control, organization. He exerts his will. Look at all that fire energy as well. And I think that's good for you as an air sign. Air and fire can be volatile, but has immense power to manifest, which is all what Dr. John is about. He is the manifester. And it feels like you're heavy on the ideas, but now you're in a place where you're implementing that Emperor energy. You're able to execute. You're able to take that King of Air energy, apply the beat of the drum, that consistency, that organization, that control, and now you're at the Emperor place. The Seven of Cups, here it's the debauch. Again, having too much of something leads to this, but also traditionally it can be about having a lot of choice, having a lot of options, analysis, paralysis. But here it feels like emotional in nature. You have all of this Cups energy, the Seven of Cups, the Prince of Cups, and the Three of Cups. I mean, it really doesn't feel all that toxic. Instead, it feels like you're having fun. I don't know why this feels more than anything like you're having fun, like something, maybe it clicked for you and you're like, okay, I get it now. Okay, let's see the Emperor. One more, please. Okay, the Seven of Cups, please. Oops, one more. Okay. Prince of Cups. Prince of Cups. Thank you. And the Three of Cups. Okay. Okay. So over the Emperor card, we got first the Maman Brigitte, or the Three of Cups again. The aspect of this card, so someone is making an offering at this sort of tombstone. And the feeling here is there's a massive appreciation for the present. First, you have a sense of abundance because you understand the sense of lack that death is, right? And it doesn't have to be as dramatic as a death, but you understand what I'm saying, an appreciation of life because you understand death. And even in that, there's a balance. You have the Two of Swords, or Nanan Boklu. This is a sense of mutual benefit, like a situation being mutually beneficial for two people. You see that they're sharing a root. There's also a sense of zero becoming two. That is like when a egg splits, like a human baby egg. When it splits, that's like the first conception of, okay, now we're a thing. Where zero becomes two. I hope that made sense. It made sense in my mind. But especially with that coming over the Emperor card, I feel like you might be recognizing, right, how you not only affect other people, but how you can be beneficial to them and even delegate to them, because the Emperor, again, is about control. Maybe partnering with the people in your environment to achieve your goals. Then we have La Baleine, or the Four of Cups, in the reverse. In the upright, La Baleine is all about seeking a safe haven, wanting a little bit to retreat. This is the mouth of the whale. This is also overprotective energy, someone being overprotective. In the reverse, I feel like there's a sense of letting go, freedom to take risks. I mean, that does the Prince of Cups. There's an openness of your heart here. Maybe there's not a fear of failure. Maybe it's openness to let other people in, an openness to taking risks. Did I say that? Or when I say letting go, again, I feel a mothering, an overprotective energy being thrown off here. And especially with the Emperor, like I said, he is about delegating responsibility, and sometimes that having control means letting go. Ugh, that sounds like a Instagram meme, inspirational quote. But yeah, sometimes having power is letting go. In the debauch, the Seven of Cups, you have the Five of Pentacles, Ogun. This is about pressure. This can be feeling having a sense of loss or lack. Interesting that you have that from the 10 of Pentacles, which is about wealth, abundance. It could be related to your health, right? Like you're feeling super good and then you overindulge and you're back to feeling like, oof, my health is not doing as good. Another 5, Master of the Head. This is the Hierophant card. You can see, or depicted in this card, the man beats on the drum and a spirit comes out to kiss his head. Right there under Dr. John too, which we just talked about, the drum, the importance of the drum. Here, the drum has his face on it. And this is about individuality. This is about knowing who you are and the confidence to stand in that. Knowing who you are, to this card is traditionally like long held knowledge, institutions. It can be marriage as well. But when you're the master of the head, the long held institution is yourself, right? Getting back to who it is you are. Getting back to who it is you are, but it feels like it's coming, the knowledge is coming from spiritual energy, not mental energy. Spiritual and emotional energy versus mental and physical energy for some of you. You might need to consider your health if you have been overindulging. For the Prince of Cups, you have Urzuli La Flambeau and Agwe. Agwe reiterates what Oleg was saying up here, that everything will be all right. This is about having trust in the situation. They're on a boat here, a slave ship in particular, and they don't know where they're going, but there's a faith that it will be all right, or they will arrive to their destination safely. Heavy on the trust on this card. The 7 of Wands is a card of confidence. It's a card of standing your ground. That is, you've sort of had emotional battles up until this point and you're not giving up your position. This is also an emotional card to me, like an emotional reckoning for some of you. Another 7 as well. I don't know, take that how it resonates. And then finally, you have the Market card, or the Wheel of Fortune, and the 9 of Cups, Madame la Lune. Madame la Lune is about the self-gratification card. She's satisfied because a cycle is coming to an end, and it's a natural ending. It's not necessarily upheaval, so to speak. This is dreamy. There's an emotional contentment here, satisfaction. And then we have the Market, which is about fate, destiny, karma. This is often represented as a wheel. Obviously, the wheel keeps turning. What comes up must come down, and vice versa. But in the Market is depicted that everyone is dependent on everyone else. You know, everyone is selling their goods, but is also buying goods. And that's the kind of, again, understanding I think you're modulating right now. Especially with the Emperor card, like I said, sometimes letting go is the control. That could be you finding the balance here, whether it's you being the ideas person and someone else executing those ideas. I think you're having a better understanding of what is what. If the 10 of Pentacles or the 5 of Pentacles is about your health, please don't overindulge if that is a thing, whatever overindulgence means to you. With the Sagittarius card here, that can be a card of alcoholism, and we have a 10 of Cups here. So don't be drinking too much if that's a thing for you, Aquarius. Sorry, I just had to say that. But I want to now pull 3 oracle cards for you. This is the oracle deck I'll be using, the New Orleans oracle deck. And we will pull 3 cards. And I will read them for you. Can I have 3 cards for the final lessons advice? Two more, please. 2 more, please. Final lessons advice for Aquarius. 2 cards, please. 2 more. I'm so sorry for that. Two more cards for Aquarius, lessons or advice. I'm going to keep shuffling until you guys give me one. So can I have 2 more, please? Thank you. And 1 more. Thank you. Okay, so the first card you have is Lanya. Good intentions always pay off in one way or another. You've pulled this card because although things in your life may not have panned out exactly as you had anticipated, your karmic reward will be quite pleasant and may surprise you. Sometimes the best gifts are the unexpected ones. If you continue to live your life led by positive and loving thoughts and actions, the peaceful and pleasant results may surprise you. You have Speak Your Truth. Being aware of your feelings is one thing, but learning how to express how you feel in a calm and balanced manner can sometimes be a challenge. It is important to understand that speaking your truth does not mean that it will be understood or accepted by others, and it doesn't need to be. The only thing that matters is that you are able to give your feelings a voice and acknowledge how you truly feel. The more you are able to acknowledge and identify how you genuinely feel, the stronger the relationship you have with yourself will become. It is not about being right or wrong. It is simply about knowing and practicing what it means to honor yourself through verbal communication. Now is the time to speak your truth freely. And finally, new beginnings. The word cemetery is usually associated with loss and gloom. However, in every ending, there is also a new beginning. You have picked this card because within your recent difficulties and endings, there is also a very bright new beginning that is more attuned to your highest good. It can be easy to get lost in counting the ways things have fallen apart, but the universe has already begun piecing together a better experience for you. If you're ready to embrace it, I read that sentence so poorly, sorry. It can be easy to get lost in counting the ways things have fallen apart, but the universe has already begun piecing together a better experience for you if you're ready to embrace it. Rather than focus on the obvious and negative, it is time to see how you have been released from what has been holding you back and to explore all of the new positive possibilities that have been created by this shift. Awesome. Especially giving those cards there in the recent past, whatever upheaval, you're right there on the beginning of a new cycle. Like I said, emotionality, speaking your truth, getting in touch with your feelings. Lovely reading, Aquarius. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Please feel free to share it with a friend if you think they need this message. Leave me a comment down below if this reading resonated with you or if you have any questions. And don't forget to subscribe, as I'll be doing more videos in the future with different spreads and all that jazz. So thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.